In today's video, I'm going to show you my favorite cake mix hack. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Patty, and this is my handmade lifestyle. I go by Patty Mac Makes everywhere online. On this channel, we bake and we make and we have fun with plants, and generally we enjoy living an analog life in this crazy digital world. And if you do too, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, hang out with us. It's fun and you'll learn so much. This video is the second one in a series that I'm doing on making layer cakes at home. And in the last video, which I'll link to up here, and all of this will also be in the description below. In the last video, we talked about how to set up our cake pans for success, because there's nothing worse than going to all the time and trouble and expense of baking a cake and you go to tip it out and it sticks to the pan. It is terrible. It is awful. And we don't want that to happen. So make sure that you follow the instructions in that video to set up your cake pans properly. I would like to encourage you to try doing the 3 6-inch cakes because it's really cute. It looks really special. It's tall with that third layer, which I think is adorable. And it doesn't take any extra mix or anything to do. For today's recipe, we are starting with a Betty Crocker cake mix. This super moist vanilla, French vanilla cake mix is rated as like the best cake mix going. And I have to tell you, it is delicious. Okay, it's really good. Also, this is not sponsored. I bought this with my own money. This is my own opinion. This is my own recipe. We'll call it a recipe hack because I'm just using their mix as my base. People have been jazzing up or doctoring up or hacking or whatever term you want to use. We've been doing this to cake mixes for, I don't know, 40 years. So it's nothing new. So let's jump into the actual making of this cake and get things moving along. And I want you to stick around to the end of the video because I use a super secret ingredient that I think is what puts this cake mix hack over the top. And it's so simple and you'll just be like, what? But you're gonna have to watch to the end to find out what that is. So, okay, let's jump in. Here are the ingredients that we're going to use in today's cake recipe video. You will need 1 box of cake mix. We are using Betty Crocker's Super Moist French Vanilla Cake Mix in this recipe. Add to that 1 cup of buttermilk, 1/2 cup of oil. I used grapeseed oil because it's super light and non-flavored. It's great in baking. 3 eggs and 2 teaspoons of flavoring. You could use vanilla, you could use almond, you could use whatever kind of flavoring you like. Make sure that all of your ingredients are room temperature before you start mixing. And then over here I have my prepared cake pans. I have found that you can take a cake mix or any recipe that is written to do 2 8-inch rounds. You can do 3 6-inch rounds. And I like a 6-inch cake. I like the fact that I can take the same thing and do a 3-layer cake. It's just a little more special than doing 2 layers. I'm using my stand mixer to mix the cake for today's video. The first thing we'll do is to put the buttermilk and the oil into the mixing bowl and mix that together. I also like to add my flavoring at this point so that the flavoring is well dispersed through the mix. Then what I'm going to do is to put in the cake mix. I'm going to run it on low speed so it combines. I go ahead and crack my eggs into a bowl and I add my eggs one at a time. The instructions on the box say to combine all of the ingredients and then mix the cake on medium speed for 2 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to measure it evenly between my pans and we're going to bake at 350 for 30 minutes. You're going to bake at about the same time as 2 8-inch rounds. So on the back of the mix, it has baking instructions for several kinds of cake. On the back of the box, it does give you instructions for several different cake pans. We're going to follow what they have for the 8-inch round. So we're just going to go right in the middle and start checking at 30 minutes and see what we've got. I find that typically it's done at about the 30-minute mark. And the way that I'm going to make sure that I have all evenly distributed batter is I am going to use a kitchen scale. And I found that this cake mix, when everything is in, the weight of the batter is about 1,000 grams. So what I wind up doing is putting about 330 grams of batter into each cake tin. If you don't have a scale and you don't want to do that, then you can just like scoop it a cup at a time into each tin and just even it up the best you can. But for goodness sakes, don't be afraid of the scale. It is not expensive. It is not a hard thing to use, and it's a wonderful tool to use in your kitchen. So here we are putting all of the batter into the cake pans. We're going to just even out the top just so they bake as flat as possible, and then we pop them into the oven and we'll check them at that 30-minute mark. We'll check for doneness by using the spring back method, and if the cake is springing back as I touch, we'll know that it's done. Another method is to use the cake tester, so you can put a knife in and see if it comes back clean. But depending on the cake that you have, the cake tester is not always as accurate as the spring back method. So you want to look for that. We want to look to see that the sides of the cake have pulled away from the sides of the pan. These are all visual indications that our cake is ready. We're going to let the cakes cool in the pan for just a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then what we're going to do is flip them out. I'm going to put them on a rack so that they have time to cool. They will cool more evenly and thoroughly on the rack because air can circulate all the way around. I also put my cakes onto a tea towel so that I don't have indentations from the cooling rack in the surface of the cake. We want to have a nice smooth cake to work with. And after that, our cake is cooled. It's going to be ready for us to decorate how we want to. And yeah, so that'll be the next video. The next video will be the frosting. I always recommend making a frosting from scratch. Even though we are baking from a cake mix, I really encourage you to make your frosting from scratch. It's not that hard to do. It's a really great way to finish off something and really make it have that delicious bakery taste and feel. So stick around and I will show you how I put this layer cake together, and as well as share how I did the frosting. Wasn't that beautiful how those layers just came right out of the pans? They were all perfect. They were all uniform. That's what you want when you're making a layer cake. You want your layers to be as close as possible. Now, when we level them off, as you'll see in the next video, they'll all be the exact same size, and that is going to lead to a really gorgeous cake. It's a simple thing. It's not expensive to get a cake leveler, but we'll talk about that in the next video. For right now, I know what you want to know. You want to know, what is that super secret ingredient? And here it is, butter flavoring. That's what I used. So instead of going with traditional vanilla, which is what we all use, I saw this butter flavoring in my baking aisle at Wegmans, and I was like, I've never tried that. I think I'm gonna try it in the cake mix. And oh my goodness, it is delicious. And using butter flavoring is a lot cheaper than using real butter. Now, you can use real butter if you want to, no problem. But this is less expensive and it tastes amazing. So I highly recommend it. If you want a cake mix hack that uses real butter, then that'll be linked below. My original cake mix hack uses the butter. For this one, I went with the butter extract, and I think it's delicious. That's what I have in this video. In the next video, we're going to prep our layers and decorate and frost and do all the things. And make sure you stick around for that because this cake is adorable. Okay, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for spending time, for hanging out, for being here. It means a lot. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.